What up, world? It's your boy Cash, constantly achieving successful habits every day. You heard? Let's get a line. You already know. So, this episode, I want to talk about something that's very dear to me, that has transformed my life in so many positive ways that I want to share with others, and I want others to understand the journey that I went on and the transformation that I went on to be able to become the man that I am today. And that transformation is understanding that your health is your wealth. Let me say that again. Health is wealth. And when we won't understand health, I mean the not just the physical, but the physical, the mental, the spiritual, all of it combined, and understanding that the things that we eat physically, the words that we hear, the things that we listen to, the information that we take in is all food for us. It's food because if you think about it, a person who reads or listens to a certain type of music or reads a certain type of book or watches a certain type of show, you can feel the energy in your body of what's going on. You can feel how tense your body gets when a certain reaction or something happens. You can feel the excitement when something is happening. You can feel the emotions when something is happening within it. And you have to understand that stuff that you put into your spirit, that stuff that you put into your body, it stays there. It becomes there, its home. Also, the food that we eat, the food that we put in our body is our medicine. And if we understand that our food is our medicine, we understand that every bite that we take is bringing life or death in a sense. It's creating ease or it's creating disease in our body. And if people, for people who don't know me or who's getting to know me, they know that probably in the last, I'm gonna say December will make 2 years. 2 years that I've changed my eating habits. I went from 240 pounds to 170 pounds in the last 2 years. I could have lost more. However, I like balancing my weight at 170, even though I'm trying to get to probably about 190 with a little muscle, a little built, so I go work out a lot. Work out probably 4 days a week with my wife. We go to the gym early in the morning, 5 a.m. We get our workout on. So it's beautiful. It helps me tone my body. It helps me see how my body is forming, how it's shaping to what I want it to be. And it all started with the way I ate. It started with the foods and the products that I put in my body and what I was able to discipline myself on and not subject myself to when it came to eating certain things. It was me constantly drinking water, me eating more fruits and vegetables than carbs or meats and things like that. Also, in the process of doing that, I cut out drinking alcohol. I went, I think, a month and some change without putting no alcohol in my body, which also transformed my body to me understanding of how I was reacting and acting to situations when I was intoxicated. Me drinking gave me this courage of being fearful and doing certain things when I was sober I wasn't as courageous. But I had to relearn that situation and understand that my courage didn't come from the alcohol itself. It came from the spirits of the alcohol, which alcohol, that's why it's called spirits. But my courage was I had to move away from that and let myself understand that I was courageous without it. I was able to be who I wanted to be without the alcohol involved. I also cut out watching television, but I've been doing that for 5 years. But more and more, I moved against it on understanding that the reality shows and the movies that I was watching was having a tremendous effect on me in the sense of how I reacted to certain things or how I viewed the world. Even the news, even social media, I had to step away from for a couple months because I understood that it had a certain type of frequency that wasn't vibrating with where I wanted to go. The people that was on my networking page, some of them was definitely positive, some of them wasn't. So I had to, at one point in time, um, delete some of those people off my page that was my friends, so I could create a page that was more beneficial for me. Not being a person who was trying to be rude or disrespectful when I deleted those people, but I knew who and what I needed in my life at that point in time, so I can stay at the highest level and at the level that I wanted to be. So understanding that is understanding that health is wealth. Health is wealth. We have to become aware of the things that we listen to, the people that we listen to, the people that we are around, the foods that we eat, the music that we hear, the vibrations of the music and the hertz of the music that we listen to. We have to pay attention to those things because when we don't pay attention to those things, we have a life of disruption, of distraction, always on the call for somebody else and never on the priorities of what we need to do. Understanding that we had to prioritize our life first before we can indulge in other people's lives and other people's activities because our life wasn't where it wanted to be. Because if your relationship and the things in your life is not congruent to where you're going, then how you think you can build something else outside of that to be congruent? It's all going to be at a disarray. And understanding that is understanding that it takes understanding how your house is clean. It takes understanding how you create your daily planning and what you do in your daily planning. Is it just watching TV all day on your days off? Is it partying? Is it hanging out? And I'm not saying not to balance those things, but it's understanding that everything has a balance. Everything has to be a balance of good and bad, fun and work. It can't be just always fun all the time. It has to be a little balance of you have to put a little work in to get the results that you want. And that comes with being healthy. That comes with understanding that discipline, there's nothing wrong with being disciplined. There's nothing wrong with separating yourself from the things that you once did and creating something new. It comes with understanding your finances and understanding how to place what is more important. It's understanding that to pay yourself first is more important than to pay everybody else and to do everything else. Investing in yourself is more important than going to buy a bottle at the club or buying a new pair of clothes or a new pair of sneakers. It's understanding that you have to put yourself first, and you have to understand that putting yourself first takes discipline. It takes action. It takes understanding who you are and what you want to be and not worrying about what other people think of you or what other people want you to do for them. It's understanding that you have to do what is best for you. And what's best for you isn't always aligned to somebody else's agenda or somebody else's paradigm. It should be aligned to yours. Because a lot of times what we do is we might have this great ideal or this great plan that we want to do, but we get connected with somebody else that might not see our vision as we see it. So they sometimes make us not want to keep going forward in our vision because that person tells us, yes, it might not work this way or it might happen this way, but at the end of the day, that vision wasn't given to them. It wasn't put inside their mental to be created in the physical. And because it wasn't put inside their mental to be created in the physical, they're not going to understand it at the level that you understand what your ideal is. And for it to be transformed into something different. So we have to understand that we have to get in tune with ourselves. We have to get in line with who we are. We have to get disciplined in what we need in our life because that is first and foremost important. And when we learn that, we understand that our health is our wealth, and then we start to align. We start to see our life going in the progress that we want it to go. And I'm going to sign off with that because you already know it's your boy Cash, constantly achieving successful habits every day. Yeah, you heard? Let's get aligned. Shh. You hear that? You hear that sound? Greatness, 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 greatness. Holla.